Hey folks, Daily Landsblog for October the 10th, 2020. And I have two tales for you today. One of them makes me really happy, and one of them makes me really sad. Which one do you want first, Case?
Sad one first.
Right, and then we have something to look forward
Yeah,
to,
we
right?
end on a good note.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you know, I have people that I communicate with on a regular basis, people that have reached out, and, some of these people I would say would be for me, pride and joy would describe it. When someone reaches out to you and you try to help them through a tough time and they find their way through a tough time, and then you can hear the joy in their voices, and even if you don't hear their voices, but you can read the joy in their texts, for instance, that's a great thing. But then there's other people that just have such a tough time. And no matter how hard they try and how hard they fight, they can't seem to find that one thing that makes them feel a little bit better. And when you feel a little bit better, you feel a lot better, because all of a sudden now you have hope that your upward swing will continue. So one of my friends that I communicate with was telling me that she yesterday, for the first time since COVID started to feel like suicide was a possibility. And what she said that was really alarming to me was, I know, absolutely attributable to COVID-19, to the pandemic. And so much of who we are is we draw from our jobs, for instance. And so many of us, obviously, there's income that we draw from our jobs, but there's also self-esteem. There's this sense of accomplishment. Whether you love your job or not, you still generally feel like you have done something. And if you've lost your job, if you're a freelance person and there's no business there, it's incredibly easy to slide into this hole where you start to feel like, hey, I have no purpose, I have no use. And it's tough to find a way to reward yourself, to reward your self-esteem. So that makes me really sad, really sad. But then there's this other person that I have lived with ups and downs with her, and the downs have been really far down since we started talking. But today, she sent me a text, this person, that said that she has been on one side of the equation where she has gone to hospitals and she has needed to be admitted because she was suicidal, or because she attempted suicide, or because she was really close to suicide. And she also works in the mental health profession. And she showed me a form that people have to fill out if they're going to require help because they're suicidal. And she said, here I was reaching out to someone, giving them this form, helping them fill out this form. And I thought, oh my God, this is unbelievable, because I've never been on this side of the equation. I've never been in a position where I was the one showing compassion and I was the one trying to help that person. And she is uniquely qualified to be in that position because she knows what it feels like. And that is so powerful. And she was really happy and really proud of herself. And when she reached out to me, she said, are you proud of me? And I said, oh, I really am. I thought that was a great story. So it's a tough time right now. We need our great stories, but we also need to acknowledge the fact that this pandemic is taking people with mental illness and making them worse, and creating new people with mental illness. And it's going to only get worse. So I don't know, we need to do something. What can we do? When I say we, sick, not weak. It would be like this big. But I guess if you make a difference in one person's life, then ultimately, as the Talmud says, he who saves one life saves the world. Sicknotweak.com, 24 hours a day, 360 days a year. Did you know that was coming, Case?
Yeah, and that's literally the only line I know.
It's a good one, though, right? It's a good one. That was the Schindler's List line, I believe. Remember at the end when
I've never seen it.
You never seen Schindler's List? I won't spoil it for you. He hands one of the it was the accountant that helped him put together the list. Hands Schindler a ring that they made from the gold teeth of people that whose lives he had saved. And they handed it to him, and Schindler was was lamenting the fact that he couldn't save more. He who saves one life saves the world.